boys and girls. So today is December 1st and I'm currently driving to the city to see my dermatologist. I'm extremely anxious and nervous and a bit excited to see what's going to happen today. I do know that today is just a follow-up. It's just to see, to go over some last minute things. I know I have to do my iPledge stuff on the computer. I know that my dermatologist wanted to just see how inflamed my face still is and if the acne has gotten any worse or if it's been pretty consistent. So today is just a follow-up. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, I do have my last appointment before starting Accutane, hopefully, and that would be to, I believe it's to take the pregnancy test. It might include blood work. I'll find out for sure today and see, but for sure the pregnancy test. I know you have to have 2 negative test results before you're able to start, so we will see how that goes. Super, again, excited, anxious, nervous. Words cannot describe how I feel right now. Yeah, I'm just super excited to hopefully start this soon. I don't know exactly what day I'll be starting the medication. I'm going to find out today. I know that after tomorrow's appointment, there is a very strict 7-day window between the doctor putting the prescription in, getting the negative result back, filling out iPledge papers, and picking up medication. So all those things need to be done within the 7-day window period. I know when I spoke to somebody on iPledge hotline, the guy told me that the 7-day window is extremely strict, and if for any reason you go a day over, it completely sets you back on starting for 19 days. So you'll end up waiting another 19 days, take another negative test, and then from that you'll have to take, I believe, another test. If not, it was just the second test. But I know for sure it sets you back 19 days. So I am going to make sure that I'm extremely strict on the 7-day window. I'm going to talk to my dermatologist today and actually find out what their protocol is as far as time frames, and just make sure that everything falls into place because I'm not waiting any longer. I did wake up today with a fresh pimple right under my lip. It does hurt. I do have a couple on the side. They're lightening up a little bit, but they're still pretty harsh. I know I have a big one on my chin here. That one's been there for about a month now, maybe a little longer. It is not any kind of surface pimple that I can pop. It is very cystic. Like I said, it's been there for about a month. I can't even get under. It just feels kind of like a mosquito bite. If you've ever gotten a mosquito bite that's swollen from itching it, that's kind of what it feels like. It's a little bit hard. It's not too squishy. It doesn't hurt. It's just kind of there. I was getting a lot under my chin. I did get a really bad pimple in between my thighs this month, last month. It was the size of a gumball. It hurt so bad, but within a week and a half, I want to say, it did go away by itself. But it was still really uncomfortable, especially because I do have pretty big thighs. So when I walk, my thighs do rub together, they do touch. So it was extremely painful to have that. Let's see, I did get a couple of pimples on my neck last month. I believe I might have showed you guys. If not, I had a boil almost on the side of my neck. I did have another one down here. I've had a couple in my ears that won't go away. They're going down in size, but they're still there. I did have quite a few back knee this month. I haven't, like I said, I've stopped getting acne for a few years, and then this year it's just been out of control, which I don't know why, because this year, like, I was in a lot because of quarantine and COVID, so I was like away from the sun, and yet I broke out even more than when I'm in the sun, so that's a little strange. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna continue this video after my appointment and let you guys know how it goes. All right, real quick, I did want to jump on and just let you guys know, because I learned the hard way, make sure that you are constantly calling your dermatology office or speaking to somebody in there. So the reason that my appointment today is kind of not important is because I was supposed to get the okay and take the second pregnancy test today and start Accutane. However, when I went in for my first pregnancy test and blood work, I was called the same day, probably because I did my appointment so early. I did take it at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I did find out my results that day, and it was on a Friday. They called me, let me know, and then I guess they informed the dermatology office. And a lady had called me from the office at around 4:30 that same day, letting me know that they got my results, it was negative, and that I would have to make a 30-day follow-up appointment and then take the second test. The problem was that they never entered in my negative test result on that day, and what they ended up doing was they waited until the Monday. So they waited the weekend, didn't do it, and then they came back Monday and entered it in. I believe it was November 1st, and because they entered it in on the 1st, it started my 30-day window from that day. So technically, today's appointment would have been over 30 days, and exactly 30 days. And unfortunately, because they entered it in on November 1st, I was not able to take the second test today. I have to wait one more day, which is why I have to take the test tomorrow. But it's kind of upsetting and annoying because I knew my results that Friday, the office knew my results that Friday, and whoever was in that office wasn't doing their job and decided not to enter it in, probably because they wanted to get out. It was like the day, I believe it was like Halloween weekend, the day before Halloween, so they probably just wanted to leave and start, an early weekend and whatnot. However, it affected me because I was unable to start it today. So when you take that first test and you get those results, just make sure that you call the office, speak to somebody in there, let them know that you got your results and you want them entered in right away. Usually they'll call you and probably let you know that they received your results and whatever the results were. But do make sure that they put it in that day, because whatever day they put the results in is the day that starts counting your 30 days after that. So I just wanted to give you a heads up because I didn't know that. If I did, I would have made sure that, I spoke to somebody about entering him in that day, especially because I knew my follow-up appointment date already. Which is why I think it kind of surprises me too, is because they knew my follow-up appointment days, so I don't see why they wouldn't have entered it in to make sure that, it lined up perfectly. It's no big deal. I mean, I was able to get an appointment early tomorrow. That's why I did it again at 8 o'clock in the morning. One, because the first time I didn't realize I had to fast. So if I have to take blood work, which I'm still not sure of, it's just easier for me to fast and then go take the blood and then I can start eating rather than like kind of dragging it out. Otherwise, it's just better for me to take it early in the morning because I find out my results way sooner. I know I've done it in the past where I've taken, lab work or anything like that, and if you take it in the midday or the end of the day, you won't find out your results, especially if it's on Friday. You won't find out until next week. If it happens during the week, you won't find out, I believe, until the next day or a couple days. So personally, I just like to wake up early, go do the stuff, and get it out of the way. But I'm just letting you guys know because that was something that kind of threw my starting date off. Like I said, it's only by 1 day, so I'm not too bummed about it. But it is just a little upsetting because I have to go take, go to this appointment today that's kind of unnecessary. And then really the appointment that we're waiting for is tomorrow's. So just wanted to give you a heads up. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys after my appointment. Bye. All right, guys, so I'm super excited. I just left the dermatology office about 15 minutes ago, and I'm extremely pumped. So I went in there, and wow, it just felt so real receiving like my packet and filling out the paperwork. So pretty much what they told me today was they thought that I was going to go in there to take the second pregnancy test. I had to let them know because they would have made me do it again today. I let them know that in the computer it said that I'm not able to take it until tomorrow, so that I already have an appointment like set up, and I'll be taking it then. And sorry, there's like people staring at me. So yeah, I let them know that I already made the appointment tomorrow for 8 o'clock in the morning, and that would be the 30th day of my second pregnancy test. So the doctor was like, okay, she's like, we understand. She's like, as soon as we get the results in tomorrow, or whenever, she's like, we'll enter them in. And so I kind of just asked her like how long the time frame is before I start, kind of already knowing that it's 7 days, but she told me pretty much all I have to do is take the second pregnancy test tomorrow. Once that comes back negative, she'll enter it in the computer. Once she enters it in the computer, it will alert me, like notify me to answer some questions. I guess the questions are just making sure that I understand the entire process and like the severity of the side effects, stuff like that. And then after that, it would really be up to however long it takes the pharmacy to fill a prescription. She said she was going to help me find it cheaper. I looked at Mariano's. That's where I kind of saw the cheapest price with GoodRx, because again, I don't have insurance. I'm paying out of pocket for this. So I'm using like a GoodRx thing, and I saw that Mariano's had it the cheapest, but she said that she thinks Costco might. But she pretty much told me that they're gonna look for the cheapest place for me to get this medication. She said that wherever they find it cheapest is where they're gonna send it for me. This way, like, I can save some money, which I really appreciate because, this is not part of their job description. They do not need to find me the best deals, but they are working with me because, I have no insurance, and they understand how badly, like, I want this. So I really, really appreciate and admire them for going out of their way and doing this. But yeah, I'm so excited. So I did go in there. I received 2 packets from them. They were the packets that they actually set aside for me last month that they didn't have, but then did have. It was a big thing. I think I talk about it in my first Accutane video, so you can check it out there. But yeah, so I got 2 different packets, and then I also got 2 different forms that I needed to initial and like sign. I read them thoroughly. It did take me about a half hour to read both sheets and just make sure that like I signed everything, and I really had to read it. It was pretty intense. I mean, it talked about everything that I pretty much know, but seeing it on paper is just so different. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera too much. I am driving, but I wanted to like let you guys know just how it went, and you can see my enthusiasm and joy in this because I was super excited. But yeah, so the packet, the first sheet that I had to sign and initial was just explaining to me that I got the material that I needed, which were the booklets. that I understand the side effects. I understand, I think there was like 5 or 6 questions. Each of them were like phrased differently, but it was talking about how you cannot get pregnant on this. You will not donate blood on this, because if you donate blood on Accutane, the medication is still in your blood. Therefore, if they give it to somebody else who is pregnant or looking to get pregnant, their babies will come out with birth defects, so you are not allowed to donate blood while on Accutane. It did talk about, let's see, just pretty much birth defects, how you cannot get pregnant a month before, which is why they do 2 different pregnancy tests, 30 days apart, and then it says that you'll go in every month to do another pregnancy test. You are not allowed to get pregnant 1 month after you stop Accutane. So really, you shouldn't get pregnant for 7 months. I believe the treatment's 6 months. So you're looking at about 7 months, and if you include the month before you start, I guess it's 8 months that you shouldn't get pregnant. I don't plan on having children anytime soon, so I'm not too worried about that, you know. And like I said, I kind of felt that I was ready to take Accutane because I don't want to get pregnant for a few years, if that. So I felt like it would really be flushed out of my system. I know they say it's out of your system a month after, but you never know. So, I mean, I planned it enough to where I'll have plenty of time for this to flush out of my system, just so, you know, nothing happens to future children. Let's see what else. It went over, there were just questions saying that you were going to come in every month and do blood work. The second page, I believe, talked about, it could be on the first page, I'm not too sure what was on each, but I did read, you know, all of them, and it just said that you are taking, you know, 2 different forms of birth control, and that you'll be going in every month to do blood work, that you will talk about side effects, any symptoms that you have while on Accutane with your doctor. So it's letting you know that, like, if right now you're not experiencing depression or you know, any kind of symptoms like joint pain, anything like that. I think she told me also, like, changes in your stool. She said those are things they look out for. So if you're experiencing any of those things, you need to let your doctor know the next time you go in. My doctor did also tell me that every month they're going to ask these questions, so it's pretty much just answering honestly. But I mean, that was pretty much it. You did have to initial every step. You did have to sign it. I think you put your address on there. If you're under 18, you, as well as a guardian, need to initial and sign. Yeah, so then we pretty much just went over some of the severe side effects that I should be looking for. So she told me that the things I will see most are dry skin, dried lips, and she did also say, well, her and she's the assistant, like, I think she's a dermatologist in training. She's probably doing her rotations, but her and the actual dermatologist told me that nosebleeds are a pretty common side effect. So those are the ones that I should be looking for more commonly. They did also say that dry scalp is one. What else? Changes in stool. Those are the ones to, like, look out for. I think they said blurred vision. What was the other one? Headaches. She said pretty bad headaches. And a couple of other things. She said they're not really common, but if they happen, just to kind of write them down and let them know next time I go in. But I will be, for sure, there's no way around it, is the dry skin and the dried lips and potential nosebleeds. I feel like I might be one of those people that gets nosebleeds because as a child, I did get nosebleeds all the time. If I was in the sun too long, it would make my nose bleed. I have really dry nostrils, I guess. So I'm pretty sure that I'll end up being one of those people that gets nosebleeds. But I don't know, in my teen years, I stopped getting nosebleeds. It happened for a while when I was younger. As I approached like middle school, high school, I didn't really get nosebleeds as much. I do get them once in a while, but it's not as bad as I used to. Like, I would get them when I was sleeping. I would wake up and my nose would be like bleeding when I was younger. But like I said, that's kind of stopped as I gotten older. But I don't know, we'll see. Other than that, they told me that they're going to start me on 30 milligrams this month, and then it'll double next month, so I'll be on 60 milligrams next month. So that means I'll be buying a double dosage, which means it's going to cost me more. So what I saw right now running, like, price range for Accutane at Mariano's was like $120, I believe, for a month. She did tell me that next month it's going to be 2 doses, so it will be 120 times 2. So I'm looking at about $240 next month for medication. It's kind of steep, I know. I don't think I'm getting unemployment after this month, so that's going to be tricky. But we will see. We're going to find a way to make it work, because this is something that I want and need for myself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I almost like teared up when, you know, my doctor walked out of the door. He literally turned to me and he was just like, I think you're going to be very pleased. He goes, the outcome of this is, you know, a pretty high chance. He goes, I want to tell you at least 90% of people who start this end up with really good skin. So that kind of made me choke up, because I'm just like, I'm going to be one of those statistics now. Super excited. Like I said, I'm nervous. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just very excited and grateful to be here. Like I said, I know that I've watched a lot of videos and it's pretty hard for people to get on this, so I'm extremely grateful that I am able to be on it. I know that you have to try a lot of steps before you're even considered to be on Accutane. So I mean, if you watch my first video, I've been going to the dermatologist since 2012. I went all the way up until 2018. My dermatologist had retired, so I kind of stopped going. And then I kind of decided to try to do my own thing and see if maybe I could cure my acne myself by doing like home remedies and, you know, stuff like that. However, this year my face just completely broke out everywhere. It's the worst that it's ever been in my entire life. I don't even think my high school years were this bad. And I mean, I feel like it's just bad for me personally, because I am about to be 30 years old in 2 months. So I thought that I would be at a point in my life where my acne just kind of stopped. I guess stopped entirely. I thought I would be one of those people that, like, you know, after your teenage years, your acne kind of clears up. However, that's not the case. My acne seemed to get worse throughout my adult years, so I'm not quite sure why, but that's why I kind of decided to see if I was eligible to be on Accutane, and thankfully I am. But I will keep you guys posted every month and let you know how it goes. I'll take pictures and like little clips and videos of anything out of the ordinary. I'll try to take a few pictures like once a week or so, unless, like, you know, something outrageous happens, like my face just like blows up. So I'll try to take pictures at least once a week, and then at the end of the video, or even like a midpoint video, I'll upload them and let you guys know what I'm going through. I will let you know the products that I use. I'm still on the fence about a few things, but there's so many Accutane videos out there and so many people use different things. I mean, things, you know, different types of creams and facial washes work for different people. I mean, I've seen the most outrageous, I've seen like nipple cream people use for their lips. I don't know if I'll be that comfortable using nipple cream on my lips and my face, but I definitely did ask for a few things for Christmas. I couldn't think of anything to ask for Christmas this year. So I did tell my mom and dad, like my parents, that some of the products that I wanted to start using for Accutane, pretty reasonable, affordable things. So I asked for like some CeraVe facial moisturizer. I did ask for the CeraVe sensitive facial cleanser. I did ask for some Aquaphor lip balms, I think they are, or like lip ointments. I did, however, purchase some already so that I have something to be able to start using as of now. So I bought about 5 Aquaphor lip ointments. They were on sale at my local Mariano's. I believe they were like $2.50. So I did snag a few of those. I also have CeraVe facial moisturizer, like the big tub. I did buy that I want to say about a year ago. It was referred to me by my dermatologist when I went for like a checkup randomly, and you know, he suggested to purchase the CeraVe cream. So I did buy that. It was a little bit pricey for a drugstore cream. I believe it was about $25, but it's lasted me about a year, and I still have at least half of the tub, if not a little bit more. A little goes a long way. However, I don't know if it's gonna last that long with the Accutane, considering, you know, people have said that they use like scoops of it on their skin because it's so dry. So we'll see how that goes. I do want to say though, I love the CeraVe lotion, the moisturizer. I love that it's scent free because I have very oily skin and I'm super sensitive. Having something that is fragrance free is really important to me, because I don't know if it's like a mental thing maybe, but I feel like putting anything with scents or perfumes are just not good to put on your face. I don't know. I feel like it makes me itchy. It stings. I don't trust it. I don't like it. I never really used creams on my face before the CeraVe. If I did, it was, you know, I think it was like a Dermasil that I got for $1 at the dollar store. But they leave that kind of like waxy feel where it's almost kind of, I don't know, just slippery. So I don't use that really anymore. So I usually don't use a facial moisturizer. I can't use serums because I am so oily that serums just make me look like a complete grease ball. So yeah, I don't use serums. I would love to be able to use serums, especially when that like what was it, the Ferrari, I think it was called, or something. One of those brands came out with like, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, it was like that purple bottle, and it was such a big rave on YouTube a couple years ago. I'm pretty sure people still use it now, but I mean, that facial serum was everything, and I was so bummed that I wasn't able to use it because my skin is so oily already. If I even put that on and tried to apply makeup, it would probably just be running in a couple of minutes. So I don't really use facial products. Usually it's just like a moisture, what do you call it? A primer to kind of moisturize my skin, but that's about it. So yeah, I purchased some of those. The Aquaphor, I have the CeraVe. I purchased a facial cleanser. It's by Aveeno. I don't know if I'm going to use that though. I've been using it for the last 2 weeks, maybe 3. I did notice that it made me break out a little bit, but I don't know if it's because of the facial wash or if it's just like me being stressed out lately. I've been a little bit stressed out just because I'm approaching finals week at school. I am trying to look for a job because my unemployment's going to cut off. So just a lot of stuff is making me stressed out. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I purchased the Aveeno, so we'll see if I continue using that. I might give it a couple more weeks and see. It's not too far off from Christmas, so if anything, I'll use that until I get my CeraVe sensitive skin facial cleanser, like the foam. And I did hear that you're supposed to get really dry eyes on Accutane. I'm not sure how accurate that is. My dermatologist did say that's one of the rare symptoms that people get, is like they might get dry eyes. I do wear contacts. I do already have dry eyes, so I'm pretty sure I'll be one of those people that gets very dry eyes. So I did go out. My cousin is an eye doctor, so I asked him what some of the best eye drops were. I know that he is completely against using any kind of like clear eyes. He says that stuff is really bad for your eyes. It's not something that you should be using on a daily basis. So he did tell me that I should go and get a brand called Sustain. I'll see if I can link them in the description box down below. I did find them at like a local CVS, and it just so happened, thank God, I swear every time I find a good deal, I thank God. These were $25 eye drops, and it was for, I think it was a 1-pack. It might have been a 2-pack. But CVS, somehow that week I went to get them, had a very good deal. It was $5 off of any $16 purchase or higher. So I thought that was pretty good. I was like, all right, they're $25, $6 off. It'll be, you know, 19 bucks. So I was like, that sounds pretty decent. However, they had 2 coupons also in the app. One was for $6 off and one was for $7 off. If you purchase like eye drops over, I don't know, I think it was the same thing, like over $15. However, I did not know that it was going to combine all 3 of them. I thought it was like either the 1 6 and 1 5, or just a 5 and a 5. Like I said, I had no idea I was going to combine them, but somehow it combined all 3 of these coupons that I walked out spending, I think it was $8 or $9 for, it was a 2-pack, for a 2-pack of eye drops. And I was very, very pleased. I was like, wow, I tried to get this deal again, but it didn't work out. The coupon was gone from my app and whatnot, but not bad. So those will probably hold me out for a while. But I also did go to their travel section at CVS, and they have Sustain little eye drops in the travel section for pretty cheap. I believe they're $3.99 for a box. It is very small, but I mean, you don't put that many eye drops in your eyes to begin with, so it should last quite some time. But their travel section is buy 4, get the 5th one free. So I did buy 8 of them and got 2 free. I did have some like extra bucks that I used after the purchase from before, and a couple of other like coupons that I was able to combine. So I did pay I think $11 for 5 on each order, which still isn't bad. I mean, it's a lot when you compare it to getting 2 full sizes for $8 or $9. So getting smaller ones for more is a little bit pricey, but like I said, I mean, it's worth it for me because I do have very dry eyes. So I know that I'll be using these even after Accutane. I love to have eye drops in my bag, so I did put a small one in my purse. I have to put one in my car. Hopefully they don't freeze in the cold. I don't think eye drops will though, so I'm gonna leave one in my car. Probably put one in like my jacket pocket, and the rest I'll leave at home. So I should be good and pretty set for the next 6 months. Let's see what else I got. I think that's pretty much it. I did buy some like dry shampoo. I know that my hair is supposed to get dry though, so I don't think I'll need it, but I mean, we'll see. I'm a person who has to shower like every day, so I never go a day without showering. I wash my hair every day. It's pretty bad, but I'm hoping that I won't have to wash my hair as much, which is probably better because I do, if you watched my second or third video, I believe, I did mention that I have, I do get like hair straightening treatments, so my hair is permanently straightened. It will stay straightened until I cut it off. So the only thing that grows back, well, anything that grows after the straightening is my natural hair, so that stuff will not be curly, but the treatment does last a while. I think it lasts about a year, depending on how much you really want or don't mind the outgrowth. So this is my second time getting my hair done. The first time I did it last Christmas, it lasted all the way through August of this year, I believe. So no, I lied. I think it was maybe July. I'm not quite sure. It's in my video, but it does last about a year. So I'm a few months in right now. My hair is pretty straight. I mean, besides the one on my neck, I think I was sweating in my sleep or something. It didn't dry fully. However, yeah, I think it's best that I don't wash my hair every day because the lady did tell me that I'm supposed to wash it like every other day in colder water, not hot water. I do love hot showers. I have tried to wash my hair in like regular room temperature water or like colder water. It doesn't work. I can't do it. I don't like the feeling of having like colder water running down my body. It's just not me. So I do still wash my hair in very hot water, but hopefully being able to wash it every other day now, because it's not going to be greasy, will be better for me. It might make my treatment last longer. So yeah, I did buy some dry shampoo just to kind of, I guess, soak up any extra oil and definitely like make my hair smell better. And I did buy an Aquaphor like hand cream. I heard that's supposed to be good. I did open it up and try it out last week or the week before. I didn't like it. It is kind of like Vaseline. It's thick and it's greasy. It definitely does leave like greasy like residue on anything you touch. I was touching my phone afterwards and it was just completely greasy. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to continue to use that. That might be something I use like, I don't know, before I go to bed maybe, but definitely not something I'm going to use on a daily basis. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, do subscribe, turn on the notifications. I will try to do some videos where I actually like have my makeup done and stuff. It's just with nowhere to go, it's kind of pointless to do it. And I'm just, I don't know, mentally I think like I'm taking care of my skin by not putting makeup on it, but clearly that's not working because I'm breaking out anyways. But yeah, I'll probably start doing some like makeup videos. I do have 2 up on my channel right now. They're just makeup routines I do to kind of cover my acne. You know, I'm not a makeup artist. I don't do this for a living. It's just things that I'm able to like do that work for me and kind of masking the dark spots. Any texture still kind of pops through, but it's not as much. I do have a lot of like pigmentation, red spots, dark spots. So this is just how I do my makeup to cover that up. So if you want to check those out, go ahead. I'll leave links to them in the description if I could. I'm new to YouTubing, so please bear with me. I'm trying to see if I can make these videos as cool as the ones I see on YouTube. But if not, you know, I'll work on it. So do give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and then let me know if you guys like this video, if you want to continue to see more of these kinds of videos so that I could make them monthly. I'm not sure if people are actually interested in it, but You know, like I said, this is something that I was looking for when I was looking to start Accutane, and every video out there helped me. I watched videos that, you know, had thousands of views, millions of views, to like videos that had, you know, 20 views. Every video was important to me. I wanted to see and compare and contrast and, you know, just completely open my eyes to the possibility of all of these side effects and symptoms and long-term side effects. I know that some of the ones that I was signing said like even after you're done with Accutane, it could still trigger you to have like suicidal thoughts or be depressed. It said even with people who like didn't have a history of ever feeling depressed. So it is a very strong and dangerous drug. But you know, I pray to God frequently, asking him to just take care of me through all of this. I am hoping that it goes, you know, smooth sailing, but you never know. I did also mention I live at home right now, so that's one of the reasons why I feel more comfortable taking it now, is that I have, you know, a good support system at home that will help me with anything, you know, that's kind of thrown at me and at them, with however my mood swings change, or, you know, like I said, any kind of just outburst. So thank you, mom, dad, sister, for what you are going to put up with. Hopefully not, but the possibility of the potential side effects in the future. So yeah, just let me know, and leave some comments down below. Share with me any of your experiences. If you've gone through it, please let me know what to prepare myself for mentally, physically, you know, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video, hopefully in a couple of weeks or at the end of this month. I do have a follow-up on the 29th of this month, so I will definitely let you guys know what happens then. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!